All right, good evening, IHSA football family, and this is the Dish, episode 16, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's episode 16. But I have a great guest in Jake Scianna of Lincoln Way East, linebacker who is a Mr. Jack of all trades at the linebacker spot. See him playing in a lot of defenses, and I know when we talk about linebackers, I know the big thing is size, especially with college coaches. But I love his size. He's 6 foot. He does the job, takes the blockers on like it's nobody's business. A tough mindset that you want in a linebacker, a leader on the field and off the field. This kid is the real deal. I consider him probably a top 20 defensive player in the state of Illinois. I think he's going to be a great recruit, and I think a lot more teams need to pay attention to this kid because this kid is going to be a major asset for a college team, and it's going to be a program role model to look at. But Jake Scianna of Lincoln Way East class of 2023 linebacker is someone you need to know. If you like my work, feel free to leave a tip/donation via PayPal. Follow Coach Big Pete and Deep Dish Football on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. My email is coachbigpetefp@gmail.com. Here is my talk with Jake Scianna.
No worries.
All right. This is the Dish episode 16 with Jake Scianna of Lincoln Way East, who I consider, again, one of the best linebackers in the state of Illinois and a high-level recruit in the Midwest. And I got to say, this kid is unbelievable. You definitely got to check this kid out. But welcome to the Dish, Jake.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
No problem. How was your last season?
It didn't end the way we wanted to, but personally, I thought I definitely took a big stride. Improved a lot as a player, as a leader. But as I said, it didn't end the way we wanted to. So we're looking to come back next year and fix the wrong.
Awesome. What is one of your favorite memories of last season? What would you say?
I would say just the atmosphere going up to Loyola, because that's one of the best programs. I would definitely say my favorite memory of the year is heading up to Loyola. My brother was on the 2017 state championship team. Actually, both of my brothers were. Of course, we beat them. But they came back 2018, beat us in the semifinals. Was one of our program's best teams ever. So we knew right after that quarterfinal game, the game before Loyola, we knew right away, what was at stake. It was probably the best week of practice our team had. We knew what was at stake, to say the least, and just that build up for that game. It was a huge game. I would say that was just my favorite memory.
Awesome. How the grades doing?
Good, real good. Taking as much AP classes as I can, a few honors as well. I think I had a 4.1 GPA last semester, so grades are doing well.
What does football mean to you?
It's a loaded question. I just don't think there's anything like it. When you don't find anything like it where you have so many guys that have to be involved, working for the same goal day in, day out, and our program, at least, you're working 6-7 months in the weight room, just to play, only up to 14 games. And I just don't think there's anything like it when it comes to that. And, it runs in my family. My grandfather, he was a legendary coach for Oak Forest. And, my dad played football at actually Notre Dame. My brother plays football at Furman University. So it just runs in my family, and it's unmatchable, really.
What schools have you been talking to so far?
A few. So I'm actually headed to Purdue tomorrow for I'm going to check out a spring practice there. I'm excited for that. I've been in contact with Northwestern, Iowa, Kansas State. I visited Miami, Ohio, and NIU for junior days, talking to a few other MACs, some Ivy Leagues as well. I'm actually visiting UPenn and Princeton March 19th, I have that set. So yeah, a few, and it's a really exciting process. I'm looking forward to the future.
What schools made a good impression on you?
I would say Purdue most definitely. I'm really excited to check that out. Northwestern, I actually went there for a camp, and I talked to Coach McGargle there, linebackers coach, and he seems like a great coach, great fit for me. I think so. Also Miami, Ohio, Coach Bowen there, linebackers coach. I think he would teach me a lot about the game of football. So
awesome. What do you like about playing linebacker?
I think it's most definitely the captain of the defense. I like that. I think it's the toughest position, one of the toughest positions, most definitely in the game of football, because not only do you have to understand, the offense, and you have to, be the captain of the defense, but I think, there's not a lot of positions where you're going to have to run across the field and tackle these running backs who are, faster than hell. And then also, every once in a while get back, zone coverage, cover wide receivers. So you have to be physical and fast, really. And also there's a huge mental side to it.
What do you feel is your strongest trait on the field?
I would just say my play recognition and my leadership. I hold myself to a standard when it comes to watching film, and in practice every day, I'm really I'm taking mental notes, and I'm doing what I can, just to help my teammates around me.
Awesome. What part of your game are you working on this offseason? What would you say?
Most definitely speed. I'm getting my speed up. I'm doing some workouts with the track team, working on that 40 time. Of course, strength as well. But most definitely, I'm trying to iron out my speed.
How does this Lincoln Way East team look for the upcoming season?
I think really good. I think we had 16 or 17 kids who were not seniors starting last year. So, we have 16, 17 kids returning. And I think just the kind of the culture of this team is what will separate us, because, we've already been through it last year. We understand how it is, going up to Loyola, losing, and we have a huge chip on our shoulders. So I think that'll separate us from a lot of teams.
Now, you talked about this culture at Lincoln Way East, and it's very impressive. What do you think people misunderstand about the culture at the Lincoln Way East football? What do you think they do?
I think that a lot of people think that you need, huge mantras and huge sayings. Coach Z keeps it really simple. Our saying is our process is we outwork you, and our culture is we kick your ass. That's what he tells us to tell people when they ask about our culture. So, it's simple. It's just hard work day in, day out to the best of your ability.
Now, what would you say to like an incoming freshman that's coming into the Lincoln Way East program? What should they know about this program?
They should just know you're held to a standard, and you're expected to kind of excel and do your.
Okay. What do you think a junior for upcoming season, for this upcoming season, in a junior that's going to really explode onto the scene at Lincoln Way East?
I can name a few. Jimmy Curtin, wide receiver. He was behind Jack Tremblay and Trey Johnson, both MAC level players. I think he was definitely underrated last year. We have two running backs returning, James Kwasinski and Peter Olale. Those two are going to be, lightning and thunder next year. Bradley Abbott, offensive lineman, Josh Shamnowski, offensive lineman, Will Heitner, offensive lineman. I can name everybody down the list. Jordan Braithwaite, cornerback, Connor Durkin, the guy right next to me, inside linebacker. And then we have, just players all around that'll be great for us next year.
What game are you most looking forward to this upcoming season?
Definitely Batavia week 2, because personally, I have a huge chip on my shoulder, facing two other 3-star linebackers, and that night I'm going to do what I can to be the best linebacker out there.
Okay, and this is usually how we. This is a little bit of a funny question for you. Who's the funniest guy in the locker room?
I'd have to think about this one, because I spent a decent amount of time with some of the kids that are juniors now. Senior wise, I'd probably say Kamal Adipo, and then junior wise, BJ Adesina.
Awesome.
So those two are definitely the funniest kids.
Now, teams that you've won against last season, who was one player that just completely blew you away and impressed you from last season?
I have to think about that one. You know, Croots from Loyola, most definitely the kid that played. I think his first name is James, that linebacker, and then he also played a little running back, and he was explosive. I mean, really explosive, and he definitely was one of the best players we played all year.
All right, 2 more questions. What motivates a Jake Scianna? What motivates him?
I think I just am competitive. I mean, that's just my nature. You know, I grew up in you know, a household that was, you know, I have 2 older brothers. I've been competing with them since day one. You know, my grandpa was a legendary baseball coach. My dad played football at Notre Dame, as I said. So, you know, I'm just competitive, and you know, I don't want to be average. You know, I really want to be special. So, just my competitiveness, I think, drives me.
All right, and last question: what goals are set for you this upcoming season, your senior season? What do you want to accomplish?
More personally speaking, I think I want to take down the Lincoln Way East all-time tackling record. I have the most tackles in a game with 24 against Loyola. But I think I'm like 80, 90 away from the all-time tackling record. That's personally, but I think universally, and the most important goal is just helping my team as best I can to win a state championship. You know, I mean, that's obviously been the goal since day one. So, you know, I just want to be the best leader I can, the best teammate I can for us to achieve that.